How's it going, everybody? We're here to check out some plugins in Rust, and while it's been a years since I've done a mod spotlight, but we're here to check out some really cool ones, and these here happen to be paid mods made with a focus for servers, and they're brought to us by Viz Entities, and I actually have an affiliate link going along with this, so if you do end up picking these up, you can get yourself a 10% discount by using TGG all caps 10. I'll have that down in the description as well if you want to check that out. But today we're going to be checking out three really cool plugins, and well, as you can see, there's a volcano going off in the background there, and the first thing is going to be the Volcano Mod. Then on top of that, we have a advanced chicken coop kind of mod for you, which is really cool and has some really awesome programmed AI to it. And followed by that, we're going to be checking out these Raidable balloon bases. These are bases that will be flying up in the sky. So let's go ahead and take a look up at our volcano here. And you'll notice a few things. As it goes, it's leaving a wake of broken trees in its destruction. You may have seen in the intro there as it was knocking them down, and these trees actually are harvestable. So as it burns things down in its path, you can pick up these harvestable stumps and trees, and it just kind of gives a actual, effect of look to the volcano itself. Now, you don't have to actually have a special map or anything for this. You can turn any hill, lump, or space into a volcano as a server owner. There's all sorts of custom configurations, all the way going from the intensity to how often and so forth. So there's really a lot going on with this plugin. But there it is. You can have your very own Rust volcano going on with the Volcano plugin. Alright, so let's take a look at the chicken coop mod. So you're going to have the coop item, which right now has a placeholder of the swimming pool. So you do need a lot of a flat space. I think this will eventually be a much smaller item, probably the actual chicken coop that Face Punch will be adding in whenever that may be. Now you do want to go ahead and face it towards you, as the stairs are going to be facing towards the front where the door is. So if you want to face away, you want the stairs facing away from you, so to say. As you'll see, it is a very large item. This is much more than just a simple, deployable. As you can see, it makes a whole area, and it has a big space for the chickens to roam. It has a nice fenced-in area for the chickens to be safe. And then it has these little add-ons. Some of them are things you actually need, so if you go ahead and lean into it, you'll see it brings up a UI, and you hit unlock, and you'll build a seed container or a food container. You can put in seeds, or you can put in corn, or whatever it may be you want to feed to your chickens. You can put one of these on each side if you so would like it. And then in here we have your egg production. So if you go ahead and lean into here, you're going to want to hit unlock, and then it builds this little section here. And as you'll see, you do need to have a large sign built. You can put one of these on each side here. We don't have enough for that one, but that's fine. And what these do is they actually build this entire contraption out here, and then you'll see that there's a small stash for you to collect your eggs from. But the first question then is going to be like, well, how do you get your chickens here? And you actually have to tame them. So what you're going to want to do is find some chickens, and I spawned some close by over here. You're going to put some seeds in your hands, and that should instantly get their attention. The first thing you'll notice, a UI pops up for them. This is all custom done by the plugin creator. And as you can see, it even has custom AI, which they have coded themselves. So right now it is in a chasing state. So we can go ahead and just run on over. It'll keep following us as long as we keep that seed in our hand. Once it has come all the way over here and is in the zone, you can go ahead and put that seed away, and you'll notice that is now set to switching yards. And they'll switch through all these yards, which are these green circles, and they'll move around throughout them, foraging and looking for food and so forth. So if you have seeds put in there, then it will actually start planting the actual plants, and the chickens will have something to eat. And then you can keep grabbing more and more chickens. Now, there are a few things that you do need to keep in consideration. First thing is going to be that only female chickens produce eggs. Only female chickens can be put in the egg thing to, you know, actually produce something, and that female chickens can only breed once. Males can breed repeatedly with as many hens as possible, but females can only breed once, so that's going to limit your breeding. And the way they breed is just simply once they've hit maturity, if there's a female next to a male long enough, they can produce a new chicken, and it will start at the baby phase and grow all the way up. So that's basically how those are going to work there. You do have another function, which is to pick up your chicken, and to do this, you're just going to hit the pick up button there. You'll see that you have them in your hand, and the function for this isn't just to move them around, but if we want her to produce eggs, we're going to have to actually carry her over to one of these bubbles. Once she's in the bubble, you can hit drop, and boom, she gets absorbed up in there. You'll see she's sitting in her spot, ready to start making us some eggs. So there it is. Now, of course, you know, it's going to need to be a mature chicken for that to work, but you still get the idea with that. So what we're going to do is I set up a more mature coop over here. We can go ahead and check it out. And it looks like we already have ourselves some of the crops are growing in here, so you can see the chickens have plenty of stuff for them to munch on. And it looks like we have them all in here. So what we can do is tell all our chickens to leave by opening our door. You should see something pop up here in chat. And there they go. Well, actually, I have chat off, so you don't see the message. But there will be a chat message if you have chat on, and you'll see all our chickens are out and about. Now it says they are out and switching yards. But let's say, oh, we see a bunch of wolves coming. We want to get them back inside. Quickly hit your button here. Wait a few seconds, and you should see their AI should switch to navigating home. And there we go. They are all running their little chicken butts off into order. Nice little orderly fashion. Back into the chicken coop. Come on, last one. A little straggler there at the end. So then we can close it on up. And again, to release the hens, we can go ahead and open the door again, give it a moment, and they should all start coming out on their own. But there is a nice little feature. They will actually automatically go ahead and go to sleep at night if you go ahead and set the time to 18:05. So we're going to set the time to 18:05, and you'll see, oh, there they go. The chickens are on their way home. Looks like the door closed a little bit early on them, but that's fine. The chickens can still work their way in there, which is totally fine. But now they are safe. Nobody that doesn't have TC access can access them. They will not be able to get in there and do anything with that. So yeah, I mean, there it is. We've got ourselves this chicken coop, and it's definitely a very advanced idea. I love all the extra aspects to it, the breeding, the actual taming of them, and then just this really big coop, kind of free range with the cage. It's just something that is really well done. But that does it for the coop. Let's go ahead and check out those flying balloon bases. All right, so let's check out these balloon bases. We've got one example here, and you'll see they fly around, and they don't really appear to be floating, but once you get into this orb, you'll actually see they hover, which is a very cool effect. And then set to a timer, which of course is set by the admin, these bases will actually explode and start to fall from the sky. So you can see this thing is falling down, and this is actually a really cool little event, because once it crashes, it kind of explodes everything everywhere, and it makes it to where people will fight over the loot. Now, you could always land on it and blow your way through, but you might want to make sure you have some parachutes aboard. Because once it goes down, it goes down. And you'll see that the various loot will break off of it. So there's furnaces. You can now see everything in the middle here's exposed. The barrels fell over inside. Down the hill, you've got some fire and so forth. If we look all the way down there, there's some fire all the way down the hill. Up here, we've got some other pieces with some of the loot crates. laying around on him. Up here, it looks like looks like the kitchen. Yep, you got the refrigerators hanging out up here. So it's just one of those things everyone's gonna have to kind of spread around and jump all through this, fighting across it, and it slowly keeps decaying as it burns. It's definitely a really, really fun idea. And it also shows up on the map as a debris field, so you can actually see where it is when it's happening on the map in case you miss it falling out of the sky. So that is a nice little bonus there. But how about we go ahead and write it on down to finish off this video and, well, take it to a nice explosive ending. Alright, so here's the other example one, and we're just gonna go ahead and fly on in and sit in here and live out the experience of this thing crashing. So here we sit. Let's see, we ready to loot. Oh, there it goes. And we are spinning. Oh, look at the floors are disappearing underneath us. That's not good. Oh, you can see the world out there if you get dizzy, guys. That might be a bit much for you. Oh, there's a hole straight in the floor there. Oh, another one right here. Oh boy. I don't know how much more is left of this thing before we crash. And I do highly recommend not being on it when it lands. You'll definitely want to parachute off ahead of time. Alright, well that does it. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride all the way down, explosion and all, but that is the mods for this time around. Sound off down in the comment section below if you want to see more or need any kind of information or have questions on these. Be sure to check out Viz's mods on the Game for Freak website. I'll have that link down in the description below along with the affiliate code just in case you forgot it. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Stay rusty.